What would it mean to be able to talk to angels? How would that change your life? Join us now on Angel Talk Tuesday as the psychic angel channelers Julie Geigel and Susan Schuler allow angels to speak directly through them, sharing messages from beyond. As you bathe in the vibrational frequency of the angels here, you will begin to open up to a stronger and clearer communication of your own. The purpose of this show is to help you awaken, expand, and remember the magnificent being that you are and the mission you came here to fulfill.
Welcome everyone. Our theme for the month is Rising Independence. And today's topic is This Little Light of Mine. This is Julie Geigel, International Psychic Medium, Trance Channel for Archangel Metatron, and Awakened Healer. I offer psychic medium readings and spiritual counseling over the phone and in person in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I also teach online spiritual classes, and you can find me over at juliegeigel.com and on Facebook at Psychic Medium Julie. All right, and I host a free meditation class every month, so be sure to sign up for that. The one coming up in August is clearing and balancing your chakras. So that will be a really, really exciting one. Looking forward to that one because it's always very healing, very, very meaningful. And then I'd love to invite you to join us for our next Manifesting Mastermind coming up here on August 8th. It is our Manifesting Mastermind number 7, 28 Days to Abundance. And again, you can sign up for all of those classes over at juliegeigel.com. And I'm thrilled to say we are sold out of our Lightworkers online media mentorship program. And it was pretty amazing. 24 hours after we aired the preview, we sold out. It was so incredible and very exciting, very exciting. So we are thrilled to move forward with that coming this Thursday. We will be opening up that program again in 4 months. So again, in November, we will be opening up that program. So if it was something you were interested in and you missed jumping in there, don't worry. We will be coming back around in November to offer that again for you. All right. Metatron is definitely ready to get started here. And don't forget, we are taking live calls today at 1-202-570-7057. We will be taking live callers during segment 2. So our next segment coming up, we will be taking live callers. So if you have any questions, any psychic questions, medium questions, any comments, or you just want to say hello, we would love to hear from you. So don't be shy. Dial in. We'll be answering your calls during segment 2. Okay, here we go. Welcome. I am Metatron. In service to humanity. We are thrilled and delighted, as always, to join you here this day, helping you to awaken, to shift, to open, to receive all of the gifts that you have come here to experience. Feel the beautiful energy that we create as we tune in to your planet, bathing in this beautiful vibrational frequency of love, of light, of harmony. And as the new consciousness continues to rise, it does not come without some degree of chaos and unrest. For in order for change to occur, oftentimes things must get uncomfortable. As human beings, you have attachments to old ways of being and doing and experiencing the world. And we are here to assist with your evolution of this planet. We are here to open up this beautiful connection, this beautiful communication from beyond. And as you tune in, you will be able to bring that light to your own personal space, making the transition easier, more graceful, less chaotic. And the reason you are able to create a less chaotic reality for yourself than possibly your neighbor is experiencing is because when you are tuned in to all of the resources that are always available to you, it allows you to open up and receive divine inspiration. Your clairaudient abilities, clairvoyant abilities, clairsentient abilities are continuing to evolve and expand. When you open up to receive all of these gifts, you are allowing yourself an easier transition into the new earth energy and the rising of the new consciousness. Not only are you able to be a lighthouse for yourself and your space, enabling a less intense experience, but it also enables and allows those you are connected to a smoother transition. So even though there may appear to be much unrest in your world at this time, please trust and know that the divine order is being fulfilled and completed. You have many beings in other dimensions that are here assisting you now. There is nothing to fear. Within your bubble, within your reality, stay grounded in your truth of peace, love, and harmony, and you shall create that reality. So as you ask yourself, should I do this or should I do that? Always tune in to the higher frequencies, your angels, your spiritual counsel, and you will feel deep in your soul a knowing of what to do, what to say, who to trust, and what direction to move in. We have not abandoned you. We have not abandoned this planet. But there needs to be dramatic change in order for the new consciousness to rise up and fulfill its completion, its evolution. So join us now and imagine that beautiful crystalline grid encasing your planet. Imagine stepping into the grid and your power as a light worker increasing, increasing, increasing. Open and receive the energy from the universe, from the heavens, from God, and direct this energy down through your body, out through the bottom of your feet, into the planet, healing all of humanity, allowing grace and ease as the new consciousness continues to rise and create the change that is needed for your planet to survive. You are not a victim. You are a victor. There is much to rejoice here within this information. Allow the recalibration and the continuation of your ascension and evolution. I am Metatron, and I have spoken here today. This is Julie Geigel, channeling Archangel Metatron. You can find me over at www.juliegeigel.com. Coming up next, we will be taking callers and discussing these beautiful messages. Dial in at 1-202-570-70.
The future of Internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Hi, I'm Kelly Fox, host and astrologer of The Astrology Show. Each week, I'll give you access to the current transits, which are a valuable tool that provide astrological information to help unlock the potential each of us has. Understanding the stars can help steer us in the right direction to make better informed choices. So if you're wondering what's going to happen in your week ahead, be sure to tune in to The Astrology Show for guidance, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Do you need help with relationships, romance, or career? I'm a triple-tested, accurate, and ethical psychic medium and spiritual counselor. Simply click on my Call Me Now button at juliegeigel.com.
This is Susan Schuler. In life, intention is everything, and I make each of my handmade soy candles and smudging sprays just for you. Go to mediumsusan.com for details.
Hi, this is Lori Walker. Have you picked up your free gift yet? You can download my chakra clearing meditation from my website at loriwalker.com.
And we are
The Psychic Angel Channelers.
From Angel Talk Tuesday.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
What? Why? Just wait for the inheritance. We've definitely got a rich uncle somewhere. We're one call away from the winner's circle at the Derby, dinners with multiple forks, a vacation home in the country, using summer as a verb.
You don't actually think that, do you?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. This is Julie Geigel with Angel Talk Tuesday here, and we have the beautiful Susan Schuler. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here today on Angel Talk Tuesday. Welcome, Susan.
Hello, it's lovely to be here again with you.
Some interesting stuff here this morning. Always my favorite topic, light workers and shining your light. And, you know, what an exciting experience we just had selling out our light workers mentorship program in 24 hours. Wow.
Yes, that is exciting.
So I'm going to let you start, Susan, with some of the messages that Metatron came in. I had just shared with Susan that I could feel a lot of different energies. I mean, everybody was here, the Pleiadians especially. I could really feel them and speaking through me. So it was difficult to keep up and to, you know, I really prefer, and I've told Metatron this before, I really prefer just Metatron. I don't like all these people coming and going. But, you know, then certainly being open to receive whatever it is people need to hear. So, Susan, take it away.
But that's funny what you said, even when you and I were speaking yesterday. It's sort of like, what's that quote about we make plans and then God laughs?
Yes.
Same thing here. Yeah, it's like, this is what I want. And they're like, oh, yeah, aren't you cute?
I know.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing that I found that he started off really like jumping right into this is that the new consciousness, as it rises, it causes chaos. And I mean, it really does, because we have these attachments about the way, even like what you're just talking about there, about the way things are supposed to be and about the way that we want things to be and about the control issues that we as humans, and anybody who's a human that tells me they're not a control freak, I think they're fibbing. So, you know what I mean? So we've got all of these things, preconceived ideas about what we expect and what we want to have happen. And so it does feel uncomfortable as we begin to allow ourselves to surrender. And I think, like, even you and I, we spoke on the phone yesterday, and I was saying that about, like, Lisa Williams, one of my favorite teachers, actually has the word surrender tattooed in her wrist. So when she's doing demonstrations, she can look down and see that. And to me, that's, I mean, I don't want to get a tattoo, but to me, that's pretty powerful, you know, because it is all about surrendering, and the process isn't always fun, you know, but it's just like the belief system that, okay, you know more than I know, so I'm going to go with it. And I think that was really powerful, what he said about today, just to start off. I mean, he said so many other things. You want to say anything about that, or you want me to keep going?
Keep going, girl.
Okay. And then I loved how he was talking about our clairs, clairvoyance. And for anybody that doesn't understand, this just means clear seeing, clear hearing, clear speaking, clear knowing, that sort of thing. It's just a French term for it. But the fact that it's getting easier for us and it's getting more heightened. And I know, like, I don't know how it was for you, Julie, but I know when I originally started my stepping into this more, my clairvoyance was really powerful. It's interesting because it's kind of backed away, and I'm more clairsentient these days, and it kind of comes and goes. But it's kind of freaky, I think, for a lot of people when they start engaging with that. And from what I see, a lot of people are stepping more into their clairs, starting with the dreams that they have. And I don't know if you have people saying this about how lively and active their dreams are before they really start stepping into it. So I thought that was interesting how he also mentioned that. And then I already posted the quote on the break room about not only are you able to be a lighthouse for your space, but it also enables those who are connected to you a smoother transition. So, I mean, not only are we helping ourselves, and it's, it can be a little disconcerting and uncomfortable, as he said, but in doing this, we're helping everybody around us. We're helping the people who we're closest with. Even if, and I'll use my husband as an example, he doesn't step into his spiritual life at all. He's not really that interested. But yet, just because he lives with me, I do see changes that he probably would deny, but I see them. So we are helping everybody, even if they're not necessarily on board with the new waves that are coming to help the new earth.
Most definitely. Yeah, because, I mean, I really get a sense that there's huge chaos and unrest. And then, when you say that, people automatically shift into that fear mode. Mm-hmm. But it's a necessary component to break free of the bondage of, the injustice and lack of integrity that's occurring, that just this barbarous way of living that our government has, the stock market, all the banks, I mean, all of, what's been created to just for a select few to continue to get more and more and more, while we have people starving and just struggling. So it has to be balanced, and, either we're going to become extinct and the earth will start over, or we will rise up out of that. And it reminds me of Jesus. And I'm not real great at quoting the Bible, which is interesting because I'm Catholic. But the image that comes to mind is, when Jesus went into the village and there were the traders in the halls of the sacred spaces and bartering. And, it was all about money and profit. And he flips over all the tables and he just, he's like, no, this was never the intention here, people. You're missing it. You've gone too far left. Yeah. So, with the flood and starting over and all that happy stuff, it's like, well, this is phase 2. But, it does come in waves, and certainly the more light workers that we have that we can hold that vibration, the easier transition it will be. And so if you're living in integrity and you're living in justice, then I almost get the sense that transition for those will be easier than people who are corrupt and selfish.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's interesting because now, of course, I'm friends with so many different psychic mediums just because we all kind of tribe ourselves together. But it's like I do see like so many of them are having really strong challenges with the energy shifts that have been taking place. And I don't know how you felt about yesterday, but just the numerology of yesterday being 7/17/17 or 7/17/17. That felt like a really great, powerful day to me. So it's like just like we experienced the real highs of those powerful spiritual days because 17 is such a spiritual number. I think we also have more of a tendency to experience the chaos. So as much as you're saying, the people who aren't evolved have a hard time, there are a lot of people that I do see who are evolved that are really having challenges recently, more so than I want to say in the last year. But it's interesting what you were talking about, like, the flood and whether or not, to destroy the population. I look back at like Lemuria, which was supposed to have come before Atlantis, and then Atlantis, and you wonder about the times where we've been destroyed because we couldn't step up to the plate. And the times where we have been able to kind of step up, and it's almost like, okay, that time didn't work next. Okay, that time didn't work next. And it does feel like we're really at a powerful, powerful shift. So this is, and I know you've said this before, Julie, this is such an exciting time to be here right now. And it is very, very paramount that we stay focused on the positive as much as we might be feeling all of this chaos. You know, because it does feel a little freaky sometimes.
Most definitely. And like I said, you know, instantly when you hear the words chaos, you shift into that fear and you're like, oh no, no, no. But the point of the messages are never, ever to place you in a position of fear. It's always to shine the light on your power. Where does your power lie?
And think of what you even closed with. That was like, it was like I had posted something in the break room already, and then you said that, and I was like, oh God, she's going to kill me because I'm going to post twice, but I just have to write this. And it's just, you are not a victim. You are a victor. And I mean, honestly, if we could all use that as like a mantra where we put it around our house and we look at it, because it's so easy for us to go, oh, you know, I broke my arm, poor me. You know what I mean? It's just the way that we're sort of put together. Instead of just say, you know, I am a mighty warrior, you know, and that really changes our sets. It really changes the way that we view ourselves. And I know, like with BAP, remember how they had they'd hired somebody to like do superhero versions of ourselves?
Right, yeah.
Okay, I actually have my superhero avatar on the back of my phone on a case. Just so every time I pick up the phone, I see that I'm this superhero, that I know I'm not really, but that it makes me feel better. So, I mean, to me, it's like you almost have to psych yourself out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think, you know, part of the message, too, was that as a light worker, your power lies in developing your awareness, developing those gifts, because Spirit is guiding you. And if you're sitting around ignoring Spirit and saying, oh, that's all foo-foo, and I'm not really getting a message that says, you know, don't do something, and you do it anyway, then you're going to just make things chaotic. Mm-hmm. They're going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge. You're going to struggle. But if you listen to your inspiration, if you listen to that small, still voice in your head, God speaking to you, whatever that is for you, that they are with us. They're here now with us, guiding us, helping us to make this transition gracefully and smoothly. And so it kind of is our choice. You know, free will is, okay, I'm going to do this my way, which is banging your head against the wall and, you know, walking into the tornado. But, you know, when you step back and say, all right, God, what's my next step? Is this a good direction for me to go in? Then you're inspired to take that guided action, which makes it a smoother, more graceful experience. So it's your choice. You can do it the hard way or you can do it the easy way.
And it's so funny because I think we so many of us like a moth to the flame because we're used to drama. That's where we like to head.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, we hope we are inspiring you this morning here. Susan is coming up in our next segment. Susan Schuler channeling Jacob, a master teacher of the Akasha. Stay tuned.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Hi this is Julie Geigel. Would you like to know the secret to manifesting? Join our next Manifesting Mastermind to create miracles of health, wealth, love, and joy. Sign up at juliegeigel.com.
Why wonder when you can know? Hi, this is psychic medium Susan Schuler. Let me help you get the answers. Schedule an appointment today at mediumsusan.com.
Hi, this is Lori Walker. Would you like to receive daily inspiration? Join me on Instagram and Facebook at Lori Walker, Psychic Medium Healer.
And we are
The Psychic Angel Channelers.
From Angel Talk Tuesday.
Aloha, my name is Jennifer O'Neill, and I'd like to invite you to come join me every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time for my show, Spirit Chat. Spirit Chat focuses on simplifying the process of using the spiritual tools and gifts you were born with in a way that fits into your everyday life. I also teach different techniques that will help you learn how to navigate the spirit realm and empower you on your own spiritual journey. So join me this Wednesday as I guide you through the spirit world.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air.
And then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Angel Talk Tuesday. This is Susan Schuler. We hope you enjoyed the beautiful channel from Metatron and Julie today, as well as our previous discussion. As a channeler, I work with a team of guides from the Akashic Records, of whom Jacob is the master teacher and leader of this group. The Akashic Records are where I gain much information during my past life and psychic readings. As a professional psychic medium based in the Los Angeles area, I do readings for clients in person and on the phone and with Skype all over the world. I do frequent mediumship and psychic demonstrations around Los Angeles and other parts of the country as well. I'll be back in Western New York and Ontario, Canada from July 27th to August 21st. Aside from private readings and small group readings, due to popular demand, I will be doing 2 demonstrations at the Eagle House in Williamsville on August 1st and again on August 2nd. Everything usually books up rather quickly, so if you'd like more information, just email me at mediumsusan@icloud.com. And aside from private readings and demonstrations, I also teach classes. And as Julie mentioned, we are very excited that we will be teaching our mentorship program for lightworkers. And this is sold out, she said, and I'm so excited to hear that. But we will be offering a new one in November, and of course, we will keep you posted on that. So excited. All the details for any of this information may be found at my website at mediumsusan.com or on my Facebook page at Susan Schuler Psychic Medium. And don't forget, we are accepting calls at 202-570-7057 for mini readings during the show. So let me take a nice deep cleansing breath and ask Jacob to please step forward. Good morning, beautiful beings of the earth. As always, we are pleased to be joining you this morning. Each day holds limitless possibilities that enable much growth and healing if you allow it to unfold. Last week, we spoke of daring to be yourself, regardless of how that may look, because of your special gifts and abilities. Today we take this a step further and wish to explain how by using these special parts of yourself, you can therefore nurture and help to heal your world. You are all pieces of the divine, and when you utilize the parts of yourself, a heaven on earth can be formed. We see how you miss the beauty of yourselves so busy running to and fro, looking outward, that you miss the treasures sitting in your own front yards. The jewels you search for lie within, and the time is now to mine them. Cut them in deliberate and precise ways, polishing them until they shine and sparkle for the rest of the world to see. These untapped mines are your birthrights, your destinies, your reasons for being here, and yes, your life purpose. But how can any of this needed mining occur if you continue to keep your focus on the mining camps of other people and things rather than direct it at yourself? So, in speaking of finding your unique life purpose, first we direct your attentions back toward looking within. This all goes back to the love and enjoyment of learning to spend time with yourself, not with distractions, but when you permit your minds to quiet, allow a space to sit and be with the soul, to quiet your mind and enjoy a period of self-discovery, a time where you step away from your ego, looking within to the soul. For within your soul is where the answers lie for your life purpose. So yes, once again, we remind you of the need to quiet the mind. Find a meditative practice that works for you. Never fear, there is a perfect one for each of you to learn to practice. But unless you try, you will never know. Begin this week by sitting with yourself for a small amount of time, perhaps 10 minutes. Sit in a chair upright with your feet on the floor, without distractions like your phones, iPads, laptops, animals, TVs. Just you and a chair. Close your eyes when you do this and simply allow the real you to step forward, your soul. If it helps, name your soul and name your ego. This has helped our channeler, Susan, to better identify who is leading the conversation, and it may help you as well. Ask the real you, your soul, to step forward and feel your way into it. Feel your soul's likes, dislikes, and gifts. Simply spend 10 minutes together. You will recognize pieces of this individual, but you will know you are connecting to your soul's intelligence when you begin to feel that peaceful place within. There is no need to have an agenda, but simply allow your human form to bask in their glory. Feel your way into this and worry less about the rational mind. We ask you to do this exercise for 1 week, making time each day to bring your soul to the surface while stepping away from the human ego. And you will begin to not only feel closer to the divine God of all that is, but begin to reacquaint yourself with the beauty and majesty of your soul. It's such a simple thing to do. Easy no, simple yes. Take the time to do this. You will not be sorry, for from this practice, much illumination about why you are here will begin to grow. But it all starts from looking within at your special facets of talents and interests. Every single person on your planet made a list of sorts when they were home before coming to Earth this time. So the more you waste time allowing yourself to be distracted, the more you move away from your true goals. Much like your students who skip classes and lose focus on the real reason they are at school Passing your classes and graduating will not occur in the timely manner you have set up for yourself if you lose the focus, placing more emphasis on the ego's childlike wants rather than the soul's purpose. Some of you have done this soul avoidance so many lives that there is a backlog of sorts. Never has your world needed more than now to redirect your attention to the soul and to step into the life purpose. As your channelers have said in the past, there are wave after wave of enlightenment occurring on your planet, and each one speeds up the next. You can no longer sit idly by, wasting time or skipping school. It helps no one on your planet and actually makes the growth progress for you all the harder as lessons pile up that have not yet been learned begin to accumulate. Take the time. Spend time with your soul. Embrace every aspect so you can better know your true self, and therefore the special and unique abilities you have, so you can allow these waves of enlightenment to continue, to grow, and to raise the planet's vibration. Never doubt that all the answers you seek can be found within you once you learn to slow yourselves down and quiet your minds. Now, however, though, let us speak of the need for bravery. For if you allow yourselves to do this, you may notice that the things you once felt were important in your life may lose some focus. You will feel yourself evolving in ways never imagined, and this evolution may not be totally accepted or understood by those closest to you. Finding and allowing your life purpose means stepping outside of your comfort zone, shedding the old skin that no longer fits in the same way, and learning to be okay with that. Once you realize your life purpose, all will not be solved, for this is actually the most challenging aspect. This is where you will find a call to arms of sorts, where you must alter parts of your life, which include those closest to you, and make way for changes in your life. We ask you to be excited about this rather than frightened. Fear will only slow down your progress, get in the way, and cause you to revert to your old ego-based ways. No true growth can ever materialize while sleeping your way through your life. Expect discomfort, but also exhilaration once you embrace this new side of yourself that has been repressed and hidden for so long. True growth and happiness will stem from learning how to connect to the soul's wisdom, so you can then learn your truth and begin to act upon it. Bravery, as we said, will be needed for you to act upon it. But you will know you have taken the correct path when the universe begins to award you with coincidences and synchronicities. This is Susan Schuler channeling Jacob from the Akashic Records. Please stay tuned for the last segment of our show where we will be discussing today's channel. Thank you.
Bringing a more conscious lifestyle to your world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
Hi, this is Julie Geigel. Would you like a free psychic reading? Become a member of our inner circle and get a free reading today. Sign up at juliegeigel.com.
Hi, this is Susan Schuler. Have you stopped by my website to download your free mini grounding meditation? Do so now at mediumsusan.com.
Would you like to speak with an angel? Hi, I'm Lori Walker, a trance channel for Rialta from the angelic realm. Book your session now at loriwalker.com.
And we are
the Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. This is Julie Geigel with Angel Talk Tuesday, and thank you so much, Susan Schuler, for those beautiful messages from Jacob. Wow. And we are taking live callers during this fourth segment at 1-202-570-7057. We love to give our live listening audience an opportunity for a free psychic reading or medium reading. So feel free to call in right now at 202-570-7057. Or if you'd just like to say hello, let us know how much you love the show. We are always delighted to hear that, right, Susan?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's just jump right in here with these amazing messages from Jacob. He started out talking about the jewels you search for lie within. I loved this analogy about the untapped minds because, I mean, that was just so perfect because it's in there and a lot of times we have to look for it. It just doesn't happen upon us. We have to dig, we have to cultivate, we have to mine for these beautiful gifts to really open up and embrace all that we came here to be. Any thoughts on the mind, Susan?
Well, yeah, I love his analogies. I really do. I wish I had the ability to come up with those types of things myself. You know, and I had mentioned it last week where I said so many times we have clients who are like, what's my life purpose? I mean, I just did a group reading the other day where one of the women asked that. And seriously, it's like you have to dig in. It's not my place to tell you. It's your place to go investigate, figure out who you are, do the work. You know what I mean? Because if you think of what it must take to make a diamond, I can't even imagine. But just especially when you look at the ones that have all the different facets and it must take, I mean, just the precision and the buffing and first of all, even finding it. So that is pretty brilliant the way he used that, because that is what it is when we go through and we try to figure out who we are, what are we about, what are we meant to do. But I mean, I don't know about you, but I just see a lot of people who they keep looking out. When you do readings with somebody and you're like, okay, you need to look in, and they're like, yeah, but is Bob going to love me? It's like, no, you're missing the point, you know?
Absolutely. I just had this conversation with my 18-year-old daughter. You know, she's dealing with a long-distance relationship, and it has a million complaints about him. I said, sweetheart, it's never the story. It's always how the story makes you feel. Yep. So let go of the story and just do some, I call it deep sea diving. And why are you feeling this way? What's coming up that's created this? And then hold those emotions with love. It's about pausing, stopping and pausing, and really giving that inner child the attention that it's craving for. And the whole thing was about attention. She wasn't getting the attention that she needed. And it's like, you know, when you're looking outside of yourself, when you're putting as all those expectations on another person to give you the attention you need, it's like, well, yeah, you're going to be disappointed because of your expectations. You're the only one that can give you the attention you need. Are you giving yourself the attention that you need? So it was more about her disconnect from loving herself than it was anything that he was doing wrong. It was
I actually
like,
did a reading for
sweetie.
Yeah, no, I actually did a reading for a woman the other day who she came right out and said, I don't like being alone. And I was like, you need to figure that out, because you need to feel comfortable with being alone. I mean, I love being alone. Much preferred sometimes.
Me too. I love working at home because I get to be alone. Yeah, most definitely.
And I know our technology, I have such a love-hate relationship with my technology that it does. So even when we are alone, I mean, we can be alone for hours and never really even alone. Because you're like, oh, I'm on Facebook. Oh, look, I'm texting Julie. Oh, look, you know what I mean? And we just jump back and forth.
Well, I love some of the practical advice that Jacob shared with us this week. He was I felt very firm, very adamant about begin this week. Sit with yourself for 10 minutes without any distractions. Shut that phone off. Put it out of reach. Put it in another room. And just close your eyes and allow your soul to rise up. So we talked about a technique that you actually work with. Name your soul, name your ego, ask your soul to step forward, feel the likes and dislikes, and really, really get a foothold on the gifts. And then the soul has its own intelligence, and you don't need to have any agenda. Do this for 1 week. I mean, he was like, do this now. Start today. Talk to us about what's the name of your soul, Susan?
Sassy, S-A-S-I. I actually met my soul during, I had read Michael Newton's book, A Journey of Souls and then Destiny of Souls. So I did a past life regression, and I did an in-between life regression. And when I did there, I got to meet my soul. And the name was Sassy, and it was just this beautiful pink glow. That's just the way I'll call her a she, but I don't think it has a gender. It's just the way she showed up. And then years later, I took a class where one of my mentors told me to name my ego and name it a name. And I'm sorry if I say a name that's your name and I say this is a name I don't like, but Sabrina is the name of my ego. And sometimes she just gets sassy and I need to say, Sabrina, you got to leave the room, girl. You are just being a brat. But it really helps when you do.
That reminds me of I Dream of Jeannie. Did you used to watch that show? I Dream of Jeannie?
Oh, wasn't Sabrina Bewitched?
The bad one.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Bewitched.
I think
Bewitched.
Yeah, Bewitched.
Yeah.
I think that's why it popped up for me, because she was just like nasty.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. But that technique has worked real well for me. And it's like, I'll even tell one of my good friends is in her head a lot of the times. And I'm like, you got to name that ego. But for me, finding and you don't have to go through a past life or an in-between life regression to meet your soul. I mean, you just need to sit quietly. And if you don't hear a name like I heard a name, give it a name. You know?
Exactly. I love that. It's like you don't create blocks to your goals. It's like, I don't hear any names. I have to do the past life regression to get a name. It's like, no, give it a name. You can name it. You don't have to wait and then, go through that whole thing of, I'm not getting anything. So yeah, do it. Just do it. Was a beautiful, beautiful message, because again, it really just overlaps on what Metatron said about becoming aware of all of these gifts that you have and listening to spirit, listening to that voice, tuning into your soul, opening that portal, connecting in with all of your resources, because during these next 5 years are going to be pretty intense in the world. It doesn't mean it has to be intense for you in your space. And as much as you can be tuned in and tapped on, however, I forget how Abraham says that, but as much as you can, the more graceful this transition will be for you. And so Jacob also talked about the wave after wave of enlightenment occurring on this planet now, and that's, spending time with your soul so you can better know your true self. All of these answers you seek can be found within. And then he talked a little bit about bravery and expecting discomfort, but also within that is exhilaration. Standing in your power, taking back your power, rising up with this power. Any thoughts on that bravery piece?
It's funny. I was watching a show. I'm a Glee person. I love watching Glee. And there was a quote somebody said on there that I actually posted on Facebook the other day about, if you're not a little scared, you're doing something wrong. And to me, that was such a powerful thing, because especially for like you and I, Julie, I mean, we really put ourselves out there. And when you're doing a demonstration or doing something that as teachers, we could plan everything. You know exactly what's going to happen. You don't do that in this work. So you have to be able to be comfortable with having to be brave.
Right. Yeah. The unknown, forging ahead. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us here on Angel Talk Tuesday. Don't forget, our archives are posted 24 hours after the live show airs on OMTimesRadio.com. And we'd love to have you join us in the break room on Facebook at Angel Talk Tuesday Break Room. And remember, you have a plethora of angels uplifting, inspiring, and enfolding you in God's love every day. Until next time, this is the Psychic Angel Channelers, Julie Geigel and Susan Schuler, helping you connect with your own angelic team.